hanging, everybody? Welcome to General Hospital MV, my GH After Show, and a happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Now, before we get into reviewing General Hospital this week, let's talk about some major news on the show. Dominic Zamprogna, who plays Dante Falconeri, is leaving the show. There had been rumors swirling the last few weeks about him leaving, but Dominic confirmed it himself on his Twitter page. And me, personally, I am not thrilled about it at all, but at the same time, I'm not all that surprised. Dante Falconeri hasn't had a storyline of his own since 2012, so pretty much when Frank Valentini came onto the boat. Now, as someone who has watched Dante Falconeri since day one, I can say that back in the day, he was known universally among forums as Everyday Dante. He was on every single day. But for me personally, it didn't bother me too much because he is such a great actor. And since 2012, they've given him next to no material, which absolutely has baffled me ever since. Now, if you guys watched Dante from the beginning, you would know that he had a hilarious personality. He was a jokester, he had some one-liners that got Lulu into his bed, wicked sense of humor, and a serious side. There was a good mix of the two. And then after 2012, it just kind of vanished. His personality vanished, his stories vanished, his screen time vanished. And on top of that, all of his best screen partners have vanished. First, they got rid of the young Morgan, Aaron Reffman, who played the first Sorast Morgan that Dante interacted with a lot. His former police partner, not Nathan, but Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, had also left. And then, if I may be so bold, Julie Berman's Lulu was his best screen partner. I have never warmed up to Emmy's Lulu. It's just not the same character. Julie was like a fantastic actress who brought her A game every day, and it's kind of night and day. I'm sorry to say it, I don't usually diss, but I'm just being honest. And then of course more recently Nathan, who was played by Ryan Pavey, left as well. He barely has scenes with Olivia Falconeri, aka his mother, anymore, when supposedly his mother was his whole world once upon a time. They didn't even rekindle a relationship with Morgan once Brian Craig started playing him, and we only really got scenes of Dante showing that he really cared for Morgan once Morgan died. And that's the thing, when Morgan died, they remembered his relationship for a brief moment, and Dante/Dominic killed those scenes. Even more recently, in his scenes with Peter when he was talking about Nathan's death, he killed those scenes, so why they don't give him more material than that is, like, beyond me. In my opinion, GH's powers that be have a tendency to pick favorites, and not among the GH stars, but just soap stars in general. They bring them in, and then all of GH's really talented cast members get shoved aside for them. Dominic was one of those. It's sad, annoying, and unfortunate, and on top of that, we have now lost a really great actor. And I don't even blame him. All I can do is wish him the best. Dominic is a fellow Canadian, so I gotta rep my people, you know. Alright, rant over, let's talk about this week's GH. First off, let's begin with Carly, because she was found not guilty by reason of insanity like Diane hoped for. The only issue is, instead of being sent to Shady Brook, she gets sent to Ferncliff for the criminally insane. Basically a worse fate than prison. And at first, Carly went in there strong. She was like, okay, I just gotta, get serious, get better, and get out. So Carly planned on being a model citizen in the walls of Ferncliff, and then she finds out that she has to take a crap ton of pills. Now obviously that frightened her because she was only on anxiety pills. They pretty much forced her into taking a bunch of pills that put her into like a almost slumber state. She actually tried to trick them into thinking that she did take the pills by putting them under her tongue, but they discovered them. And then she got a doctor to force them down her throat pretty much. I don't know if I'm right here, but I feel like something fishy is going on in Ferncliff. It just seems weird giving a patient that many drugs when you don't really have an evaluation of her yet. Jason, being Jason of course, is very worried for Carly, and he decides to sneak in and become a janitor at Ferncliff under an alias. I'm getting General Hospital night shift flashbacks, you guys. Carly did see him, but she was super out of it because of all the drugs, so she wasn't really sure if he was there or not. However, another friend shows up. Kevin actually works at Ferncliff, surprisingly, and supposedly because Laura is away still. Didn't actually establish why she's been gone for 5 months and not 4 weeks, but at least he mentioned her. It is irritating though. Hashtag Genie is GH. But yeah, even Kevin sees that Carly shouldn't be on that many drugs. Carly tells Kevin exactly what went down, and hopefully he's gonna help her in some way, at least minimize the drugs that she has to take. I don't think I've ever felt more sorry for Carly than I do now. This sucks. All because of Nelle Benson, who Michael is still trying to take down, by the way. He keeps almost getting caught, and I keep almost having a heart attack. But it looks like Nelle has something else to worry about, because someone from her past has shown up in Port Charles that we already know. That person is Harrison Chase, and I am not okay with it. You guys, this entire time I have been like, yo, Chase is like the cutest, most good guy ever, and then we find out he's in the reins with Nelle. Supposedly, Chase is the one that was investigating Nelle's husband's death, trying to find answers for his family, but before he could convict Nelle of murdering him, she basically seduced him and he fell for her. And then coincidentally, he gets accused of harassment and loses his job. And that's basically how Nelle got away with murder. Yeah, I'm not feeling this. The only way they can salvage this situation is if Chase is the one that brings Nelle down. Maybe he and Michael can team up. I'd watch it. Meanwhile, Sonny is still distraught about Carly being in Ferncliff, and on top of that, he's got this whole situation with Mike happening. He's pretty much figured out that Mike definitely moved the body that he buried on his first job for Scully. Mike is keeping those cards close to the vest, but he needs to find out where that body is so he can rest. Not the body, Sonny's conscience. By the way, did you guys see that video of Mike, Sonny, and Maurice Bernard's real father? Super cute Father Day video. Anyway, also this week, we watched Anna and Finn have phone sex. Followed by real sex. We good? Okay. Anyway, Kirsten Storms is back as Maxie this week, and we saw her interacting with Chase, who was the utmost gentleman to her. She's just trying to forget about Peter August at this point. Spinelli actually brought her daughter Georgie to finally meet James. And can I just say that little girl that's casted as Georgie looks so much like Lindsay Letterman's Georgie Jones. Great casting. Anyway, Nina can't forget about Peter August because she's got him held hostage with the help of Dr. Lisa Lebrecht. Or more so the other way around. Lebrecht has basically been torturing poor Peter August. And I never thought I'd say poor Peter August, but she's doing a good job. Playing annoying music in his ear, like chopping his hand, like just hurting him. She's just trying to break him down so that he'll confess to something that will put him away for life. So do y'all remember when Lisa Lebrecht said that they were in a cabin in the middle of nowhere where nobody can hear it? Apparently, not true. They're in a camping area, which is very busy for some reason. Kim and Julian happen to be camping there. They run into Dr. Obrecht and they hear Peter scream because, get this, there was a rattlesnake in his bed. Apparently there are rattlesnakes in Port Charles, New York, or maybe just outside of it. Either way, huh? For the record, that rattlesnake scene does not beat this rattlesnake scene.
Okay. Don't panic and no sudden moves, just... Wow. I'm impressed.
I hate snakes.
I loved Lou Sam's adventure in Mexico. It was great. Anyway, Nina was also somewhat helping Curtis and Sam, who have officially partnered up to become PIs, into finding out where Peter's whereabouts are, or really Valentine's part in his disappearance, which isn't much. We know that Valentine intended on breaking him out of jail, and he did that, except, you know, Lisa Lebrecht took him before he could leave. Valentine had his private jet fueled up so that Peter could escape, but he never got to it. Valentine is a busy bee though. He's helping his sister Alexis learn more about their father by showing stuff about her mom, including a watch and a record of her singing and a picture of her. All she wants is to figure out why she keeps choosing god-awful men. Hopefully she finds the answers somehow. Alright, finally let's talk about Kiki Jerome, who has gone public with the fact that she is being harassed at GH. Hashtag GH2. Now it doesn't take long for some of Kiki's colleagues to figure out that it was Dr. Bench, including Franco, who literally shoved him around. And when Dr. Bench corners Kiki in the locker room, Griffin overhears it and shoves him around as well. He was pretty much trying to scare her into not going forward with this mess, basically promising that she'll see to it that all of her colleagues will not respect her and that all of his friends will side with him, trying to play off what happened as a misunderstanding. Dude, at this point, even I wanted to punch Dr. Bench in the face. And you know that Dr. Bench is going to use every trick in the book to make her look bad, and apparently one of those things is that he took a picture of Kiki and Dr. Griffin Monroe hugging. There's also that recording that he had of her once, so I'm sure that will come into play once things get into court, which you know it's going to be there eventually. Boy, what a mess. It certainly was an interesting week in Port Charles, I'd say that much. Let me know what you guys thought of last week's episodes in the comments below. Alright, now before I go, if you guys recall, I do another show on this channel called GH Top 10, which I haven't done in a minute, but given the news on Dominic's exit and the fact that he's rumored to have his last scenes pretty much this upcoming week, I figured let's do a top 10 Dante Falconeri moments video. Let me know your favorite Dante Falconeri moments on the show in the comments below, and I will throw them in the video that I will upload for you guys. And on that note, if you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to. I do these videos every Sunday, and I will catch you guys next week.